Let's talk to Mr. Sonny Ekuwusi, International Affairs Analyst. He joins us virtually from some part of Lagos. Good morning to you, Mr. Ekuwusi. Thank you for your time. Welcome to the program.
Good morning to you. Happy to be here.
Let's take a look at it. Everybody, there seems to be now some kind of growing consensus about this, that things would be better if the war ended. Laddie Williams, who was on set with me just a moment ago, was saying that that seems to be the growing consensus from business. David Otto, from the security perspective, also says the same thing. What do you think?
Yes, of course, I think the same. I completely agree. The war should be brought to an end because, you know, humanitarianism is a part in which we must not depart from in our effort to win the human race. Considering the humanitarian issues in the Russia-Ukraine war, number of people who have died, who are dying, and number of children and women who are stranded, I think the war should be brought to an end. Unfortunately, the G7 leaders are not doing that. Instead of trying to bring the war to an end, they are escalating the war, they are fueling the war, and Pentagon has just announced that it has increased the fund, the fund to Ukraine to buy arms to $40 billion. That is terrible, because France is doing the same. Macron has also announced that he's supporting Ukraine, and UK, and so on and so forth. I think the thing should not be to escalate the war. I think they should try to play a federal role in order to bring the war to an end. Putin does not want to be humiliated. You can see that Putin understands that the US is fighting a proxy war against Russia. It's using Ukraine to fight Russia. And also, Putin also thinks that UK is also fighting a proxy war. So Putin does not want to lose the war, does not want to lose face. Like I use the word lose face. So what this country should do is to get Putin to the discussion table, to spoil him, if I want to use that language, to spoil him and say, okay, fine, let's bring this war to an end. You are going to get this, you are going to get that, you know, but not continue to abuse him, to insult him. You know, if they continue to insult him or abuse him, this war will definitely not come to an end. This is the 77 of the war, if I'm right. There's 75 or 77 of the war. And I'm afraid that a time may come that Russia may want to use the nuclear armament. And if it does that, the world is going to be in for it. Finally, I think that we are seeing a new world order, that may not be good for everyone, in the sense that these leaders are fueling the war, they're escalating the war by insulting Putin. I'm not saying that Putin is right, of course, it's not right. By invading by invading Ukraine, of course, Putin is not right. But to bring the war to an end, you need to calm down and talk to Putin. The role that Pope Francis was going to play, or is trying to play, you know, to more or less deal with him, to let everything go. This is the work, this is the nature of mediation. If you are mediating, there's no winner, there's no loser. It's a win-win situation.
Basically, you're in agreement then with what President Macron has said already. But let's take a look at the concept that you identified at the start of your answer, which is the humanitarian aspect of it. I mean, there's the war going on, the armaments being used, infrastructure being destroyed, but then, of course, people are affected, and not just those who are killed, those who have had to flee, those who have left and had to go to other countries with possibly no belongings, leaving their life savings and every other thing about them behind, those who are separated from family members and all of that. Given the contacts and information that you have, that seems to have fallen off the radar, particularly in terms of media coverage. But is it still as bad as it was when I spoke to you last?
Oh, it is. It's not bad. I mean, this morning, for instance, you can hear, yesterday, I think a school was shelled, was bombed, completely bombed by Russia in Ukraine. And you can see children and women crying. This morning, again, I saw a gory picture of that nature. It is so bad. And don't forget that after this war, we're going to spend years, trying to reconcile or trying to accommodate people who have been displaced by the war. And so it is something that is terrible. And we need to look at the fact that we are all members of the human family, okay? We are all brothers and sisters, whether we like it or not. We are human beings, we are not animals. These people who are being killed are human beings, people who are displaced are human beings. That's why I'm insisting that if the J does look at it from the humanitarian angle, it will do everything possible to bring this war to an end. Like I said, in a war, everybody loses. We are still regretting the Second World War and the First World War. We are still counting our losses. In every war, everybody loses. And that's where we have to look at the economic blockage. Everybody is suffering it. It's not going to be only Russia, it's not going to be only Ukraine. But sooner or later, Nigeria, everyone will be suffering it. And that's why we are saying that war is very dangerous. You can see now Putin has been, he has been so much offended, is very much annoyed, is very much angry. Is almost, as far as he's concerned, it doesn't matter if he commits suicide in this war, if everybody dies. And that's the angle I'm going, that if these people know where we are going, they should do everything possible to bring this war to an end. Luckily or fortunately, the United Nations Human Rights Council is meeting on Thursday, 2 days from now. And I want in that meeting, they should discuss how this war, how to mellow down on how to pet, if you want to use the word pet, Putin, so that he can calm down. He's a human being, and they go to him and say, please, in all sincerity, what can you do to bring this war down? Even if it means allowing him to have certain rights in Ukraine at the moment, the place where he's occupying, like I said, in this type of settlement, it's 50-50. It's not about abusing Ukraine, abusing Putin. It's not about talking about international law. International law has failed us. Has failed us because the United Nations is supposed to protect peace and security of the world since 1945. But it has not succeeded in doing that. The international law, as far as I'm concerned, has failed us. The United Nations has failed us. So what we'll be talking now is about pleading with the combatants to stop this war, because it's the best interest of. Sanctions has not worked. The more you put sanctions on Russia, the more Putin is determined to win the war, so to say, okay? And the more these leaders are, supporting Ukraine, the more they are giving them ammunitions and funds to buy ammunitions, the more the war continues to linger. And we pray that it does not lead to a third world war, where we are going. And it does not lead to a situation where Putin will say, look, this is the last resort, I have to use the nuclear armament. I don't care what is happening.
Indeed. We all hope and pray we don't get to that point of the nuclear Armageddon. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Sonny Ekwusi, for your time this morning. It's been it's a privilege to speak to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.